We're already on. Right. I'm back here putting my brains together and all that sort of thing, turning the machine on to start talking. Hello again, everybody. Lance Russell and Dave Brown right alongside ring, and by golly, we're about ready to go with another big championship wrestling. Bail me out of this, Dave.
All right, today is Sato and Goto, our first look at them on championship wrestling. We'll be looking at them. Also, we will have Bam Bam Bigelow with Larry Sharpe coming in here.
Sure we will.
Beach Boys will be here a little bit later on. We've got an 8-man tag team match and a 6-man tag team match. We will also have the Mod Squad. JD Costello, Fire and Flame will be here. And in addition to that, it'll be the Nightmares, Dutch Mantell, and Paul Diamond all today.
How are we going to get this all in one show?
We better start soon, I think.
I guess when we get on the air before long, we'll start thinking about that. We do have an outstanding card lined up for you today, and we've got some great matches. I think you're going to enjoy some of the single matches. The handicap match that Dave has already mentioned we will be having. And in addition to that, we are going to be seeing a bunch. By golly, I'll tell you what, it's another one of those big championship wrestling shows. Larry, I know you're new here and you're a little bit early. We're going to call you out just a little bit later on.
No, what I've got to say can't wait. I know you're a world-renowned television announcer, but let me tell you something. Just as well as you are known around the world, I'm going to introduce someone to you and to these people and to the rest of the state of Tennessee and possibly to the rest of the country, the greatest wrestler that has ever wrestled in this state, in this country, and on the face of this earth. He is 390 pounds. The man's head is tattooed with flames. He's invincible. He goes where he wants to go, says what he wants to say, and nobody does anything about it. He's Bam Bam Bigelow, the beast from the East. And don't forget it. I just hope Jerry Lawler is taking a good look at some of the things that he sees this man do. Because maybe, just maybe, if he's got a half of a pea for a brain, he'll get smart and just come out and say, I've seen a better man.
Larry, there's a time later on. I know there's some reason you came out here early, but we'll talk to you a little later on.
Well, like I say, I got to sit down here.
No, we're going to take time right now, and we'll be back in just a moment. First look at the International Tag Champions, Akio, Sato, and Tarzan Goto. They were defending their international tag titles. Let's take a look at a little clip on the highlights of it, okay? Mr. Liberty, I was kind of worried about that. I wonder if maybe we ought to see if he can get that belt back. Well, we haven't got time. Look at this. All four of them in the ring. Mr. Liberty misses as Sato held on. Liberty caught. Sato, super kick, nailed him hard, and that, brother, is it. Did he catch him with a full one? 1, 2, 3, and that, friend, is all there was to it. Not entirely thrilled about all of their tactics, but, brother, you got to say, here are a couple of outstanding athletes. They are the international tag team champions, Akio, Sato, and Tarzan Goto. We were, in fact, admiring the super kick that you put on Mr. Liberty to win that first defense in this area in here, Akio.
Yeah, that's a move, but just one of finish hole for us. Do you know Akio, Sato, Tarzan Goto, we are international champions.
Yes, you are.
I hear so much about tag team competition in the Mid-South. That's why we are here. We're going to prove it. Very, very soon, we're going to be the #1 tag team, and we're going to be a center of a tag team.
Well, you came to the right spot because you're going to find some of the toughest tag teams that anywhere in the world you have ever seen right here.
Competition get better and the tougher, we are more happy to be here.
Okay, the trophy's emblematic of the International Tag Champs, and here they are. It's Sato and Goto. We can just take those over on the desk while you go to the ring. We're ready for the first look right here on Championship Wrestling at the International Tag Team Champions. Let's go to the ring and the introductions. David?
All right, coming up here, one fall, 10-minute time limit match. And the international champions have placed the trophies for safekeeping over here on the desk during this match. David Haskins and Tracy Smothers will be facing them. Tracy out of Springfield, Tennessee. David Haskins wrestling out of Memphis. They weigh in at a total weight of 458 pounds. And they are not giving away too much weight to this team of Akio, Sato, and Tarzan Goto.
I think that was one of the things that first astounded me, Dave, when I saw Sato and Goto for the very first time, is that they are not one of these great, huge teams. They come in, as a matter of fact, at around 450 pounds total, but their athletic ability and their use of the martial arts integrated in with the catch-can wrestling is unreal.
Boy, and that kick we just saw when they wrapped up that match a moment ago in the highlights, if that's any indication of the rest of their athletic ability, we're dealing with a rugged tag team here.
Ask Tracy Smothers right about now. Boy, he just took a couple of shots from Goto. Goto rams him into the knee over here as Akio Sato held it ready.
Goto, lower leg across the throat there.
These guys come out of Tokyo, Japan with such credentials. I am here to tell you, we have heard so much about them. And Tracy Smothers is not awed. He's battling his way back with Sato, who whips him across into the turnbuckle. Did he fire him?
Boy, he did. He threw him in there hard. He bounced into the turnbuckles.
There's a cover, but Tracy kicks his way out. Look at the legs on that Sato. That's where he gets that power to whip off like that. Unreal.
Oh, yeah. Drop kick from Tracy Smothers, too. He's trying to get to the corner and tag Haskins. But Goto in between him and the tag, and no tag made. Tracy Smothers staying in there.
Boy, has Tracy matured since he left and came back. That guy really picked up some experience, and he's a lot more aggressive than he used to be.
Always had good size, but the experience does pay dividends, and I think that's what we've seen the last couple of weeks out of Tracy. Goto put him down to the mat with that one. He covers. Count of 2, but Tracy Smothers still got some fight left in him, kicks out of it. And the Japanese team makes a tag.
Tracy firing away on Akio Sato.
Whoa!
With a big chop now going up on the rope. Sato coming down hard.
Akio Sato. I'm impressed, I got to tell you, with the way this Japanese team looked. He slammed Smothers' head into the head of Goto.
Yeah, Goto just put the top of that head available, and he banged the forehead of Tracy Smothers. And look at Tracy still fighting his way, but he has taken some punishment. Tag on David Haskins.
Haskins' first official appearance in the match. All of them in there, all of them battling. Referee trying to get Tracy back outside. Meanwhile, Sato and Goto double team on Haskins. Big kick.
Goto holding, and it was Sato pitching. That's going to be it. 2-3.
Oh, 3 minutes, 33 seconds of action, and the Japanese team leaving no doubt that they can take control of a match and win it rather handily, even against competition that is bigger than they are, as Haskins and Smothers outweigh them by about 8 pounds. They're checking Haskins' throat over now where he got kicked. And that's it. The win goes to Akio Sato, Tarzan Goto in 3 minutes, 33 seconds of action.
International Tag Champs pick up their trophies, and they're gone with the first victory out here. Standing with me now when he should have been in originally. We got a little confused. You came out a little bit early, but I know you're excited.
I'm never confused, and I'm never early. Okay. I can't wait for these people to see the monster that I've created with my own 2 hands. You won't believe it. You go home and watch this tape over and over and over, and you'll still say, I can't believe it. What's Jerry gonna do? What's he gonna do? He ain't gonna do nothing. Lawler, you're done! We're gonna kick your butt from corner to corner, from roof to roof, and we're gonna send you where you've never been before. And that's to the canvas with both shoulders flat as a pancake for a full 3 seconds.
Larry, you, I am certain, are aware of Lawler's reputation. He has faced the very best in the business. There's a lot of guys that are going to run Lawler all the way out of the wrestling business. This is no new time and first time for Lawler.
Correction, there's been a lot of guys going to run him out of the business. He hasn't faced the best because Bam Bam Bigelow and pretty boy Larry Sharpe are the best. So he may have run some guys out, but he's not running me any place I don't feel like going. As long as I got Big Bam Bam on my side, Lawler, your history. Get ready for the Larry Sharpe show. I'm going to take your show. I'm going to take your body and squash it like a grape and just sit there and smile while Bam Bam peels you up off of the canvas, rolls you up, and shoves you down the corner post. Because that's where you might have a valuable job in professional wrestling, Jerry Lawler.
Well, you go wind him up because we're going to be ready for Bam Bam Bigelow in just a minute.
He's already wound up, and Bam Bam Bigelow is ready for you.
Okay, time out. We'll be back with Bam Bam Bigelow. Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum going to be something else, and I'm talking about coming down with 6 outstanding championship wrestling matches in there, and we'll give you the whole card a little bit later on. But one that will be included will be an AWA Southern Tag Championship match when Jerry the King Lawler and the Giant Hillbilly, the newest of the champions, defend against Bill Dundee and his partner, Bam Bam Bigelow.
That's also when Eddie Marlin told me nobody can beat you in a single match, so I'll put you in a tag match, and the opponent is going to be Jerry Lawler and the Giant Hillbilly. I said, oh my God, who's going to be my partner? Look how big the Hillbilly is. Larry Sharpe came through because he brought the beast from the east. Bam Bam Bigelow, the only man, and I can bet can slam Frazier, and I can take you out, Lawler. Tell him about it, Larry. Oh.
That's where we're going to be looking to find out.
Let me explain something to you. Lawler, you can't hide behind a dinosaur, and that's just what that big old hillbilly reminds me of. You know, dinosaurs got a brain about the size of a pea, is what my teacher always taught me where I went to school. Well, it's going to take more than a pea brain and your red neck to do anything with the beast from the east. 400-pound Bam Bam Bigelow is going to stomp you. He's going to kick you. He's going to elbow you. And he's going to splash you with a jackknife right off the top rope. And you know what? I talked to Mr. Dundee. He don't care if we lose either because we want to crush you. We don't want to win matches. Jerry Lawler, Pancake City.
Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum, you will see that, as well as JD Costello and Fire and Flame going against Buddy Landell and doing double duty. Jerry Lawler will be back as his partner.
It'll just be one match for Jerry Lawler because after that match, he'll be gone. All that'll be left is Buddy Landell. And Buddy Landell ought to know what it is to get fire thrown in his face. You know, Smokey the Bear wouldn't like us too much because we like to set fire to everything, whether it be a forest fire, whether it be a hotel room, or Buddy Landell's face. So come on, Buddy Landell. We're waiting for you. It's a lights-out match, but we'll have the entire arena alighted with fire and flame.
Wednesday night.
Oh, yeah, okay, we're about ready to see him. I'm talking about a handicap match coming up, Dave. There's been a lot of hype and a lot of conversation about Bam Bam Bigelow.
And we're about to see him here.
Yeah, as yet we haven't seen,
wait a minute.
I hear something. Uh-oh. I hope he doesn't live up to that. Here comes Larry Sharpe. Coming out is Larry Sharpe, and there is Bam Bam Bigelow.
Look out. Keith Eric and Mike Murphy jumping.
He puts the shoulder to both of them, and Mike Murphy and Keith Eric go down and down again.
I'd like you to watch the strength of this man. I've come to one deduction over the last 6 months. 2 men are not enough for Bam Bam Bigelow. I'd like to say elbow after elbow, slam after slam, drop kick after drop kick. He can do it like a machine. Ooh. That's a 390-pound elbow. Now watch this. This is called the nuclear splash. We also know we don't care. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you know what? He's a typical redneck Casey, and I'm going to prove it.
He just got disqualified, Larry Sharpe. Apparently, Sharpe doesn't even care about that aspect of it. Sharpe jumps up into the ring. What in the Samuel has he got? Oh, that's very funny. He's got a can of red paint he's spraying on the back. Hollering redneck, redneck. Disqualification on Bam Bam Bigelow. It didn't take him long, brother. I'll tell you, he is a lot more agile than I would ever believe. Sharpe brings him in at 390 pounds. What a block he is. Bam Bam Bigelow just lost, and without any second thought at all, we told Sharpe he was going to get disqualified, and he didn't even care. While they're administering to Mike Murphy, who was the object of that flying slam. Coming in, the King. And I think that's what they've got in mind for you, Jerry.
Hey, come on. I got in mind for him. We're going to make you the redneck that you are. And believe me, Lawler, if Dennis Corraluzzo found out that I didn't bring Bam Bam here at this exact second to kick your butt, he'd be pretty angry with me. But I'm giving you some time to beg and plead. Send him flowers now, because when we're done with him, he's not going to be around, so appreciate him.
Okay, Larry, just let us alone now. You've been out here, you had your say and more.
Redneck Casey.
You also got a disqualification out.
We don't care if we get disqualified. We're here to beat up on people. We don't count wins and losses. We count destruction. Did Godzilla care if he won or lost when he walked over Tokyo? No, but he crushed it.
Okay.
And that's what's in tune for you.
That's enough, Larry. Good night. We don't need another raving maniac around here, and that's what we've got with Larry Sharpe. But I got to say this Bigelow was pretty impressive in there.
Yeah. A lot of people are, you know, you just heard him mention the name Dennis Corraluzzo. He mentioned it last week.
I heard it last week.
I did a little research, and I found out who Dennis Corraluzzo was. I said last week I'd never heard the name before. I have heard the name. If you watch this little piece of tape, I think it may refresh some people's memory as to who this guy is.
I'm here on the courthouse steps where just moments ago the Bill Dundee injunction preventing all sales of the Jerry Lawler video was lifted. Attorneys for Dundee argued that Jerry Lawler's agreement to a loser-leave-town match and his subsequent losing extended to the selling of anything connected to the King, namely the Jerry Lawler video. The tension-filled courtroom was packed with wrestling notables, including ranking members from the commissioner's office. During the court proceedings, the judge repeatedly slammed his gavel down, threatening to clear the courtroom if the attorneys for Dundee could not control their client's outbursts and unruliness. As attorneys for the cassette distributors successfully contended that Jerry losing and leaving town is one thing, but Dundee cannot force the memory of Jerry Lawler to leave as well. The Jerry Lawler video serves that right. Here with me now is John J. Berzichelli, Chief Executive Officer of the cassette distributors. Mr. Berzichelli, a happy moment for you today.
I have to say that we're absolutely delighted with the outcome, the judge's decision. It was a very lengthy battle, expensive one, but we were under mandate to do it. And also like to formally announce that the video cassette is being shipped as of today, and again available to wrestling fans and Jerry Lawler fans across the country. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Berzichelli. I'm sure that's very good news for wrestling fans throughout the country. And I have with me Mr. Dennis Corraluzzo, representative attorney for Mr. Bill Dundee. Your thoughts on today's proceedings?
Jerry Lawler may have been a king in court today, but when it comes to the ring, Bill Dundee is the new king of professional wrestling. Long live the new king. This is not going to end here. My associate and myself intend to appeal this, and that's all we have to say.
Thank you, Mr. Corraluzzo. Well, there you have it. I'm sure this won't end at this point.
That was Dennis Corraluzzo.
This is Dennis Corraluzzo, apparently an attorney or something that represented Dundee in the case over selling the videos, you know. And now apparently he's gotten in touch with Larry Sharpe, who I understand has a training grounds or something for professional wrestlers up in New Jersey, and has paid this guy, obviously paid this guy to come down here and do what Corraluzzo wasn't able to do as Dundee's lawyer. Now, let me just say this, Lance. You tried to say it to the jerk a minute ago, and there was no talking to him then. He wouldn't listen. But I want him to know that there have been a long, long, long list, brother, of big, bad wrestlers coming through Memphis, Tennessee, trying to get rid of the king of wrestling right here. But as you can see, Larry Sharpe, I am still here, brother, and I can name them. You're talking about the King Kong Bundys. You're talking about the Jesse Venturas. You're talking about the Ken Pateras, the Hulk Hogans, all of these big, strong, tough wrestlers. They've all come to the Mid-South Coliseum. They've all come to my backyard, brother, and each and every one of them have wound up laying flat on their stinking backs thanks to the king. And you want to bring your Bam Bam Bigelow, brother? Well, I'm not hard to find, as you just saw. I'm going to be right here in this area. Anytime, any place you want some of the king, you come and get you all you can handle, brother.
Well, you hear it pretty direct from Jerry Lawler. We know what his attitude is, and we've seen his performance in the past. Beware Bam Bam Bigelow. We'll take time out. Be back with more in just a moment. A couple, 2 or 3 towns coming up that I know you folks are want to get out and see that good old championship wrestling. Tuesday, July the 1st, Vincennes, Indiana, at the Vincennes University PE Complex. The King's going to be there. You're going to be seeing on Friday, July the 18th, Hopkinsville, Kentucky, at the Civic Center. Tickets will be going on sale at 5 o'clock at Hopkinsville on the 18th. Thursday, July the 24th, Owensboro, Kentucky, at the Sports Center. The box office is going to be opening up at 5 o'clock there. What a couple of 3 outstanding towns. Come out and see it when you possibly can, my friend. Wednesday, I know you're going to be down at the Evansville Coliseum. You'll be seeing the Hunter open up against Danny Fargo. The Nightmares going against Yamamoto and Jeff Jarrett. The Mod Squad facing the Bruise Brothers. A vicious dog collar match when Joe LeDuc goes against Paul Diamond. AWA Southern Tag title match when Jerry the King Lawler and the Giant Hillbilly will in fact be defending against Dundee and Bigelow, and then Landell and Lawler against Fire and Flame Wednesday night. I want to show you the kind of folks that JD Costello is associated with. There was a whale of a match that took place in Memphis, Tennessee between Buddy Landell and Flame, and I will let the pictures speak for JD Costello and Fire and Flame, the type of folks. Take a look at this one with Landell. Off the second rope, misses it. Boy, Landell has got to be glad he moved out from under that one. And look at Buddy coming back. Big pop kick. Nice. Over the top. And down. Both of them go. Partner Fire slipped into the ring, while the referee was distracted by JD Costello. Down into a small package. He got him. 10. 5 minutes and 8 seconds. Buddy Landell is the winner. Landell caught full face with that fire. And now both Fire and Flame. After Landell, the referee goes down, and he starts pounding on Landell. Landell, the official winner. Here comes Austin Idol. The Idol coming in to help Landell out. Well, I hope that makes you guys proud of what you did to Buddy Landell.
You know, Buddy Landell, I feel so sorry for him. He comes out here week after week. He gives you his profile. He tells you how pretty he is, how handsome he is, how all the girls flock after him. Well, they aren't flocking after him anymore because Fire and Flame have effectively burned his face. You know, he looks like he's been in some type of nuclear attack. He's got meltdown. We're talking serious meltdown all over his face. You know, Buddy Landell, your days are numbered. In fact, is he here today? Have you seen him? No, you haven't. You know where Buddy Landell is? He's in the Houston Burn Center for has-been wrestlers. He's gone. And a word of warning to a lot of wrestlers, to all the geeks in the other dressing room, to Dutch Mantell, to Austin Idol, your days are numbered. And a word of warning to the most important man of all, Jerry Lawler, you're finished. When it's said and done, all we're going to have is a huge stock of wrestlers belonging to JD Costello's dynasty. And that's all I've got to say about it. It's said and done.
Okay, well, I can tell you, you have nothing to be proud of on what you did. Situation that absolutely was inexcusable. And the more we see of you guys, the sicker we get. Coming to the ring right now, the Mod Squad, joined by Fire and Flame. We have got an 8-man tag coming up, Dave.
Round, round, get around, I get around, yeah, get around, round, round, I get around, I get around.
Coming in right now, Van Horn and John Stewart, the Beach Boys. The Beach Boys with their partners Jerry Garman and Benny Traylor stepping up on the side of the ring right now. Already in the ring, it's the Mod Squad. Fire and Flame and JD Costello, and Fire and Flame and the Mod Squad are jumping them even before the bell sounds. JD Costello sent them across the ring and after their opponents. And they have just thrown out of the ring all their opponents, Garman and Traylor and the Beach Boys. Now, the referee is trying to get one from each team in there. He's got Flame in there for one team, and Jerry Garman in there for the other. Look out, Fire and Flame teaming up here. Fire with a knee. Then grabs Garman, fired him into the turnbuckles. Oh, big, powerful knee lift. For the Mod Squad.
You know, Dave, you know what these wrestlers that Fire and Flame and Spike and Basher are after? They look like a couple of Medicare cases. We're going to finish them off for good today on television.
Well, we'll see about that. I got to go along with one thing. When you got all that weight, you're talking about over 1,000 pounds, 1,081 pounds over here. Just size alone is a big advantage, and you add the tactics and experience of both the teams of the Mod Squad and Fire and Flame, and you've got some opponents that are incredibly rugged. This is Van Horn in for the Beach Boys.
Where did these guys come from? Are you sure they can even put on their wrestling trunks? Where did they come from?
I'll tell you where they came from. These guys came out of California. Where they're wrestling out of, boy, big, powerful drops. And Flame throws him into the ropes and says, go ahead and tag somebody. He does. He tags his partner, John Stewart.
Look at that. Four of the greatest wrestlers you've ever seen. Admit it. They're lethal. Admit it.
I'll admit that they're lethal, all right, JD, and I sure don't like the tactics they use. That was...
Look what Spike did. One of the most beautiful clotheslines I've ever seen in my life.
Spike did not go for the 3 count. He picked him up.
John Stewart bounced very hard down on the mat.
Basher taking over from Spike. Ooh.
Boy, I wouldn't want to be looking across the ring at the Mod Squad and Fire and Flame. Look at that one.
Counts at 1, picks him up at the 1 count. Looking across there at either team would not be any fun. Can you imagine having to look at both teams at one time?
Double backdrop, and John Stewart down hard on the mat. Tossed over again.
Don't pin these guys. We're just going to teach them a valuable lesson in wrestling today.
Fire and Flame, the Mod Squad, moving in and out of there very fast. They're keeping fresh meat in there all the time, and they are flat wearing out. John Stewart of the Beach Boys, as right now It is Basher tagging to Flame. He comes in. Headbutt Stewart down. Very well could have something in the headgear. Oh, from behind they're caught. Here comes Van Horn and Garmin and Trailer, and everybody's in there.
In the hospital for years. You know what's going to happen right now. Watch it.
Oh, he's going into pads right now. Hey, Calhoun, look for this. And there's Buddy Landell. Boy, he got in there just in time.
It's going to be a disqualification on Buddy Landell. Buddy Landell disqualified, or rather the team of Van Horn, Stewart, Garmin, and Trailer disqualified because Landell jumped into the ring. So Fire and Flame and the Mod Squad are going to get the victory by DQ.
Southern heavyweight champ Buddy Landell, who did a number in that ring in there, Buddy. And boy, I'll tell you one thing, everybody was glad to see you. They were trying to do the same thing to someone else that they did to you.
What's the matter, JD? Did Smokey the Bear put your fire out, baby? Now listen up. This is the Southern heavyweight champion talking to you, Daddy. Now, if I was those two big guys and I got beat by the Nature Boy, I'd be ashamed of myself, too. Now, Lance Russell ain't taking nothing off of the guys, all right? I've been in easier car wrecks. But let me tell you something. This is professional wrestling. This ain't fighting. Look at this. They tried to put my face out. They tried to burn my whole body, Lance. What is it?
They did, in fact, covered you with flames.
Let's go back a few months ago. Now, I pulled some of the lowest tricks in the book, all right? But I ain't never wanted to hurt nobody like this. I beat Jeff Jarrett up, but yeah, okay? But I never did anything like this. And, JD, let me tell you, Fire and Flame something, all right? If you think that you got the patent on the fire, baby, you're wrong. Because I might just cruise on down the store in my Mercedes to the hardware store and get me a acetylene torch and set you on fire. How does that sound, huh? Huh? Let's even the score up a little bit, baby. Why did they run, Lance Russell? What's the matter? They a little scared, huh?
JD said he had already taken care of you. The fact you were down at Houston Burns Center and wouldn't be available for action.
Houston Burns, let me tell you something, JD. Close, baby, but no WEO. You know what I'm talking about? No WEO, baby. Now, who's zooming who, Lance Russell? I want to say one other thing, all right? Me and Austin Idol hadn't always got along, baby. But I want to thank him, and I really appreciate him coming out and helping the Nature Boy. We're taking it to you, Fire and Flame. JD, I know you're the brain behind this, Daddy, and I'm going to go through them one by one. It'll get to you, Queenie, and I'm taking you all the way out of the picture.
Buddy Landell, and he's a hot one. Timeout. We'll be back in a moment. You see it, Rough and Ready will be the opposition for Mantell and Paul Diamond. I don't care what the name. They're not going to have an easy task when they climb in with the Dutchman and young Paul Diamond. Paul dressed out in his commando gear, and we're ready for the introductions, Dave.
All right, this one is going to be a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match. And on this side of the ring, Rough and Ready with their boss, their manager, Boss Winters. And then across the way at a total of 448 pounds, couple of tough ones out of Oil Trough, Texas, Dutch Mantell. And in the ring right now, it's Paul Diamond from Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada. He'll be starting. Referee Jerry Calhoun says, let's get this one going.
Diamond starting it out. And he is going against Ruff, who is the taller of the two. In the corner, Dutch Mantell.
Rough and Ready team gives away lots of weight to Diamond and Mantell. Covered by Diamond, only a 2 count.
Tag on the Dutchman.
Dirty Dutch, by his own description. Ruff finds the going, Ruff. He ran into Dutch Mantell's upper arm. Mantell leans back to the corner. The tag made. The Canadian Paul Diamond back in.
Paul, who has had quite a running battle with Joe LeDuc, and of course, I think most of you remember it all came about when LeDuc, irritated that Diamond wouldn't cut his hair, jumped Paul from behind and proceeded to cut his hair off. Paul had great long flowing locks, and LeDuc thought it didn't make him a man to look like that. So he made him look like a man. He's found out that Diamond is quite a man.
Mantell back in. Mantell going for the mask, so Ruff slides under the ropes down on the floor, and conference time for Ruff and Reddy and their manager. Ruff slides back under the ropes. Dutch Mantell just waiting there. Ruff and Reddy make a tag. This will be Reddy coming in.
I don't know whether he is, but he's in there anyhow, so he's facing the Dutchman. Whoa!
Whoa! Dutch again going after the mask, and again that team using the opportunity to get outside. Dutch Mantell makes the tag. Paul Diamond back in. Oh, nice backdrop. Paul Diamond snaps him up in the air and suplexes him right square in the middle of it. Now Paul's going after the mask. Dutch was working on him earlier, and the crowd said, yeah, take him off, and it looks like Paul caught the excitement there. Ooh. Reddy is thrown into the turnbuckles, bounced out of there. Paul Diamond picks him up and tags Dutch Mantell.
Double hand, Mantell. Flying off the second rope. Slams Reddy right behind the back of the neck and gets kicked away by Ruff.
Boy, it upset Mantell a little bit too. He said, hey, you want in here, come on right now. Dutch then moved Reddy back away from the ropes a little bit.
Just a little outclassed right here in this tag match. Ruff and Reddy not quite in the same category. Look at that snap suplex. Boy, he blasted him down, and Diamond is tagged. He gets him with that super kick. That could be it. Boy, he nailed him hard. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Paul Diamond, Dutch Mantell will be the victors.
4 minutes, 38 seconds the time on it, as Mantell and Paul Diamond simply had too much of everything here today. Size, experience, maybe desire even. Paul Diamond, Dutch Mantell, the winners, 4 minutes, 38 seconds the time.
Up, they put it together, all of the physical attributes, the mental bit, and we're tagging in and out of there. Paul, you got a relatively easy win in there, but not all of them are going to be that easy, and you know it.
That's true, Lance. You know, Joe LeDuc, this whole issue is about making me a man. Well, let me tell you something, Joe LeDuc. I was already a man. And you know what? You're not a man. Every time you jump me from behind, you choke me with that belt. You knock me out from behind to cut my hair. Well, this time, brother, ain't gonna be that way. We're gonna be connected right from the start with those dog collars. I'm gonna pull you around. I'm gonna choke you till your bug eyes pop out of your head.
Yeah, you've got a look out, Paul. What in the Sam Hill is happening? Joe LeDuc. Joe LeDuc.
Man, let me tell you something, Paul Diamond. You challenged me in a dog collar match. You don't know what you're talking about, Diamond. Because take a good look at Joe LeDuc. You know I've been in this business have 15 years, and I've been tied by the wrist. I've been tied by the legs. I've been tied by the neck. And I've been choked many times. And let me say something to you. When I get in the ring and we both get tied by the neck, and I throw you over that top rope, and you're hanging there, and I'm in the ring, and I pull, and you choke, and you choke. You gotta realize, Diamond, that you are not a man. You are a boy. Not only you're a boy, you're not a man, but you lost your identity. Let me say something to you, Arnold Schwarzenegger, or Rambo, or G.I. Joe. Shut up! Shut up!
Now Joe LeDuc, who is going to try to sneak up on Paul Diamond. I don't think well, there goes the shirt. LeDuc getting ready for an impromptu set to with Paul Diamond. But I'm not so sure he wants to catch Diamond straight on. He's finding out that this young man is pretty doggone able to take care of himself. Paul Diamond, who was out here explaining, and LeDuc and Diamond do have a dog collar match coming up in the near future. And he was talking about it. LeDuc was trying to sneak up behind him, and Graceful Joe knocked over the whole doggone set. But he didn't want to climb in the ring one-on-one straight ahead at Paul Diamond. Maybe he'd rather get him from behind. We'll take time out and be back in a moment. Evansville Coliseum, 6 big matches coming up Wednesday night, and brother, I mean some. A dog collar match will be included. You're going to be seeing the Mod Squad against the Bruise Brothers. Nightmares will be up there, and by golly, you will be seeing a Southern Tag Team title match when Jerry the King Lawler and the Giant Hillbilly will be defending against Bill Dundee, and his partner is going to be Bam Bam Bigelow. Look out.
That's right, Lance. Let's just get this over with. You know, we hear all from Mike Sharpe about he's coming in the area and he thinks I'm going to be running, he thinks I'm going to be hiding. Well, we're right here, brother, in Evansville, Indiana, and we're going to see just how big and how bad this Bam Bam Bigelow is. Because as I've said once before, there have been a lot of big, bad dudes come through this area, right here in Evansville, Indiana, trying to get rid of the king of wrestling, brother, and they're all long gone, and I am still here. I'm talking about your Jesse Venturas and your Hulk Hogans and your Ken Pateras and your Kamala the Giants and all of these jerks. Your King Kong Bundys, you name them. Well, Bam Bam Bigelow, as far as I'm concerned, brother, you're no different. You're going to be long gone, and I'm still going to be here. And if you think that you're so big and you think you're so bad, I want you to take a look at this gentleman standing right over here. Now, Bam Bam Bigelow don't stack up to him. He may be big, but he don't match up to this man right here. And we are the Southern Tag Team Champions. And Dundee, everybody knows that I hate your stinking guts. So I can't think of 2 jerks that I'm looking forward to more to getting in the ring with than Bam Bam Bigelow and punk Bill Dundee. And Lance, I want to tell you, I got double duty that night.
You really do,
That's
Jerry.
right, brother. That's how much I'm worried about you, Dundee, and you, Bigelow, because I've already signed to be Buddy Landell's partner to go back there against the 2 jerks, Fire and Flame. Now, that's right. They've thrown some fire and they've hurt some people. But you're looking at somebody right here that knows a little bit about throwing fire, too, brother. So you can expect a hot time in Evansville, Indiana, Wednesday night.
That's coming up Wednesday night. The Giant Hillbilly and Lawler defending these big belts here, and then you're going to see Lawler back in double duty. You make it out there Wednesday night.
The CWA Championship Wrestling Association on tour.
All-Star Action, All-Star Cards. Thursday, July the 24th at Owensboro, Kentucky at the Sports Center. Also, July the 24th in Grenada, Mississippi at the high school. Friday, July the 18th at Hopkinsville, Kentucky at the Civic Center. Thursday, July the 17th, Boonville, Mississippi at the Northeast Junior College. Friday, July the 11th in Huntsville, Alabama. Thursday, July the 10th at Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. Special summer prices in effect. Friday, July the 4th, a spectacular at the Jackson Coliseum in Jackson, Tennessee. Also that same day, Wrestling at the Star-Spangled Celebration, sponsored by TV5 at Tom Lee Park, and it's free. This coming Thursday in Nashville, Tennessee at the Fairgrounds Sports Arena. Dundee, Mantell, LeDuc, Mod Squad, Paul Diamond, and others. The action hits Evansville, Indiana this coming Wednesday at the Evansville Coliseum. This coming Tuesday in Louisville, Kentucky, we're talking Austin Idol, Bill Dundee, Bam Bam Bigelow, and Buddy Landell. Also, this coming Tuesday in Vincennes, Indiana, at the PE complex of Vincennes University, the King, the Giant Hillbilly, and a ladies' world title match. Action too good to miss, brought to you by Championship Wrestling Association.
Tag team action set to go here in an expiration of time match. We're going to have Pat Tanaka and Tracy Smothers going to be Pat Tanaka's partner here to go against the team of the Nightmares, Danny Davis and Ken Wayne. Referee Jerry Calhoun standing there in between them, and we are just about ready to get the action going.
Bell time, and by golly, and what time we have left, I am here to tell you we've got a dandy in there, the Nightmares. Pound for pound, two of the finest tag partners that you will find anywhere, Danny Davis and Ken Wayne, going against a very classy young athlete from Hawaii, Pat Tanaka, and his partner filling in with him today is Tracy Smothers. This is a good one, David.
It is indeed a good one. Tanaka starting against Ken Wayne. Ken Wayne complaining about something. I don't know what it was. Wanted the referee to check, and now he says it's okay. If he wants to use judo and karate, that's fine. Watch me, yeah. Let's see. So far, Ken's doing fine.
Look at this.
Wow. Oh. He kicked him right in the back of the head. Never knew what hit him, I don't think.
Beautiful moves. Ken Wayne wasn't any slouch, but he just ran into somebody a little bit better. Oh, now you're complaining. Danny Davis takes over. No messing around for Danny. He grabbed the arm, but it's reversed on him.
Tanaka makes the tag. Tracy Smothers coming in. Tracy up on the middle rope. He says, let's go. He goes to work on Danny Davis's left arm, and the Nightmares found themselves in the heat of some competition here. Nice shoulder butt by Tracy coming off the ropes. Danny Davis let him go by. He says Tracy leaps over it. Tracy with a drop kick. Smothers has such good height that he was able just to step over Davis and then react as he turned around and saw what Davis was about to do. Well, there's a reaction by the Nightmare. Danny Davis, he pulled the hair of Tracy Smothers, dropped him right to the mat.
Boy, these guys will do it to you so quick. I'm talking about the Nightmares. They will have something done, illegal or not, in such a hurry. That's the reason they've been so successful.
And Wayne, front suplex. Oh. Wayne using a fist to the midsection. Now just steps right across Tracy Smothers. Danny Davis.
He used a little side kick right there on Smothers as he slipped in while Ken was still holding him. Tracy could use a tag right now to Tanaka.
He could indeed. Seeing Davis with the chop and the jab and the side kick, Tanaka could probably match up one-on-one better with him that way. Not probably, he certainly could. That's what he specializes in. Smothers off the rope. He flips it down. Shoulders are down. Referee doesn't see it. Now he does. Count is one. But by now, Ken Wayne able to break out of it. He held him there for a good 8 count. When the referee started the count, Ken Wayne was able to break out of it. Now here's Danny Davis. kicked out at the count of 2. Watch out, Davis behind the referee's back with that version of the pile driver. Ken Wayne off the top rope. He sits down on him. There's a cover. Count is 1, 2, 3. Nightmares win it.
Hey, we got to get out of here. We'll check our time and be back. The winners, the Nightmares.
By golly, we are flat out of time. We got to get out of here till next week. For Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.